when I was a 23 fellow, I had a dream that I would become a pilot, okay? I would become a pilot. So I studied aeronautical engineering. I went to Air Force for pilot, okay? They did not select me, okay? Out of 10 fellows, I was the 10th fellow, a selected fellow. 9 seats only they had. I lost it, okay? But when I became the president, I became the supreme commander. Okay. Then I told the chief of the air staff, I want to learn flying. He said, I'm going to give you training. He trained me for 6 months. Then I flew Su-30. Message is, dream, repeat with me, dream, transforms into thoughts result into action.
The leader should have transparency. Whatever he does, he should be transparent. You saw how the whole thing, media knows what we have done, success and failure. Everything is known to transparency. Then the courage. Leader must have a courage to take decision. When a failure occurs, success occurs, courage to decision. Last one must be able to travel into an unexplored path. I have worked with great leaders. I had a fortune to work with great leaders. First, I will define the great leaders. One or two, I will go into details also. From that, you can imagine. The following qualities should be there. If you're a great leader, he should have the following qualities. Number one, leader must have a clear vision. Vision for the nation, vision for science, vision for industry, vision for social upliftment, a vision. Next one, leader must know how to manage success or failure. Because always you have to face through the problem, national problem, there will be a success and failure. Which is the fantastic happiness you have got out of all this happiness? That's the question you are driving me.
Yes.
Fantastic happiness. You know, one day I was in my laboratory in Hyderabad. Then one doctor came. His name is Professor Prasad. He comes to my laboratory, sees a material used for as a heat shield for agni. He touches the material, lifts the material. He says, so light, material so light and so strong. He took me to his hospital, orthopedic hospital. He showed me nearly 30, 40 people, young people below 15 years. They were having the calipers. He called it FRO, calipers, wooden calipers, weighing 4 kilograms. He told me, such a fantastic material this you are having. Why not you help these suffering children? Then we moved it, we make a mold within a week's time. We made a calipers 400 grams, 4 kilograms, 400 grams. The children wore that. When they wore that, within 10 days time, children started running, such a light one. The parents were in tears. That tears gave me fantastic happiness.
When you look back on your entire career, that moment was
that
more
moment,
important.
the greatest moment for me. You know what I mean? The parents' tears, happiness, tears of happiness, that gave me the fantastic happiness too. That's the highest level. That I'll call it Anand, the highest level. This nation has got all the resources and mineral, water, we have to do the management. And above all, we have got 540 million youth we have. Nowhere, no nation has got in this planet such a high population of the youth. So, what it means is, you asked a very good question, what is needed to push the nation up? According to me, the confidence. The confidence that we can do it. I can do it individual. Then society feels I can do it. Then nation feels I can do it. So the confidence that if it arrived, it is how it will come. It will come up family, it will come the school, and it will come the teaching. These are the area will generate people to be confident.
I learned, what did I learn from the youth of 11 million people? I learned every youth wants to be unique. Every youth wants to be unique. That is you. Every youth wants to be unique. That is you. But the world around you is doing its best day and night to make you just everybody else. Now, the question is whether you want to be you or everybody else. You want to be you? Not everybody else. Any work you do, repeat with me, there will be always some problems crop up. But problem should not be your captain. You should become the captain of the problem and defeat the problem and succeed. What is the good feeling? I tell you what's the good feeling? You know, you take a child, you take a teenager, you take an adult, and you take a leader. You create a situation. Child says, you give me. Okay? A situation. We show a product. Child says, you give me. The teenager will say, don't disturb me, I can do myself, don't disturb me. Most of you in that class. Third one, grown up. He will say, let us work together. Whereas the leadership fellow, leading quality fellow, say what I can give. Child said, you give. The leader said, what I can give. We follow? So all of you, you take a vow today. Today you take a vow, today evening. Repeat with me, what I can give. What I can give. What I can give. What is the opposite of it? What is the opposite of it? What can I? They are all the trouble we are going through because of what can I take. Corruption starts, what can I take? What you'd be remembered for? You see the top. As soon as we top the bulb, immediately we remember a guy. Isn't that? Same, you see the telephone, we remember. Said you travel you see the blue sky and blue sea, we remember the Raman effect. So the French history echoes to us. History echoes, hear me what I'm saying. History echoes to us that those who have courage to imagine the impossible are the few unique personalities who broke all the human limitation of thought and action. In every field of human efforts, whether science, technology, medicine, art, sports, industry, or even the development and politics, the names of the people who imagined the impossible are engraved timelessly in our human history. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they transform the world. Will you be joining in that? The question is, how many of you will be joining in that gang? By breaking the limits of the imagination, they are transformed the world.
It is like this, 1979, August 17th, we were ready for launch of a satellite launch vehicle with 44 subsystems and thousands of components. It was built in Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, and at that time, Professor Satish Dhawan was the chairman Atomic Energy Space Commission, and he is also Space Center. And he gave me the task in 1973 to build a satellite launch vehicle, to put a satellite in the orbit. 1973, he gave me this task. In 79, we were ready, thousands of engineers, 10,000 of workers and staff, they all worked together. Then we moved the satellite launch vehicle from Vikram Sarabhai Space Center to the now Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. So the launch vehicle was in the launch pad, and the day 17th August 1979, and I am the mission director, project director, and we are all in the control center, and computer takes over. T minus 8 minutes, computer will take over, because it's very difficult for me as a mission director to check hundreds of parameters. So it has to be checked. Computer, we hand over the whole launch of the rocket system to the computer. So when T minus 8 minutes came, I handed over to the computer for the launch on 17th August 1979. And thousands of people are waiting for the launch mission centers, and they are working throughout the country and some downrange stations. Exactly at T minus 8 minutes, computer took over. And then at T minus 4 minutes, computer put a hold. It says don't launch. So we were all, because at that time, the whole rocket system alive, and every explosive system, propellant system, electronic system, all are on ready to launch. Computer says don't launch. At T minus 4 minutes, then immediately a computer printout comes out. There is some problem in the second stage control system. There's a leakage, so you don't launch. Behind me, there are number of experts, 6-7 experts, my expert 10 years, 20 years experienced people. I turn to them, and they are in their computers to find out what happened, and they tell me within a minute. They say there's a problem in the second stage control system, and we cannot launch. Computer says, but we believe as experts, the igniter, that is oxidizer, is sufficiently more there. Even though there's a leakage in system, you can launch. They asked me to launch. That is, I can say to the computer to shut off the computer. I can manually launch the rocket system. I discussed with my experts. I believed in them. I agreed with them. I am responsible for it. I immediately put the rocket in the manual mode. So rocket took off, 100 seconds, beautiful launch, and the rocket first stage did its job. It's a 4-stage rocket system. Then the second stage took off. Within a minute, within a second, we got into spin. That means it should be steady. It's a controlled rocket system by a guidance system, but it was going to the spin. I knew I lost the rocket system. Within few seconds, instead of putting the satellite in the orbit, the whole system went to Bay of Bengal. So it was a failure. And then how do you handle a failure? It's very important for entrepreneurs. Life is not so simple. We have to handle the failures with stout heart. My chairman, that is the Professor Satish Dhawan, exactly at 6:30, I was very tired of continuously working. He come to my room, you join me for a press conference. On that day, in the morning, there's a press conference. Hundreds of press reporters, media people have assembled. Professor Dhawan told me, Satish Dhawan told me, I am going to handle the press conference. You are going to come with me. He took me there. And there was a press, the national press, international press. They asked a lot of questions. How can you put 20 crores in Bay of Bengal, one guy asked. And like that, so many serious questions. After all, people will ask questions, the people's money. So like that, number of questions were there. And Professor Satish Dhawan said, yes, it's a failure. First time we have launched, we have gained a lot of system, and definitely we will succeed. I will give all the support my technologies. I'll give all the supports to my scientists. We will succeed in a year's time, he said. Friends, did you observe what happened there? I am the mission director. I am the project director. I have failed the missions. With me, 5,000 people have worked. But chairman, Indian Space Research Organization, he took the responsibility of the failure. He completely switched my failure to his failure. This is the leadership quality. Exactly after 1 year, that is 18th July 1980. We go to the launch pad and the countdown starts. T minus 8 minutes I hand over to the computer. Computer checks out. First stage is it initiates the rocket system. First stage gives the required velocity. Second stage gives the required velocity. Third stage gives the required velocity. And fourth stage required the escape velocity for the put the satellite in the orbit. I am seeing in front of me what is the performance taking place. I took the I put the mic. I announced all the station. Here is your mission director. The satellite is in the orbit, and we congratulate you. I told them. Now that's not the important. That's one of the important things happened. But after 30 minutes, Vikram Satish Dhawan called me. Go for press conference. You conduct the press conference. He said. Can you see the significance? Failure he took it. Success he gave me to my team. This is a great lesson. It's a great lesson. This is a great lesson which no university taught me, no book taught me, but that one person, that institution taught me such a big lesson.
The greatest quality of a leader, whether political or scientist or technology or industry, when the success comes, the industry or the leader give the success to stick. When the failure comes, the leader absorbs the failure. This is the greatest quality in politics. I have not felt any stress in my life in 5 years. Reason is I have got one habit. That habit is I walk 1 hour in my gardens. Environment made me happy always. Always one information for all of you. Even exam time, whatever it is, make a habit in a beautiful park, spend a half an hour.
I have to remembered as a guy who wanted to see smiles of billion people.